Привет, comrades. Stealth here and welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In previous episode, we have built a town next to Kazinchád, where we make clothes. And we are going to make more clothes because Kazinchád pays pretty well for clothes. Not that we care about currency, although ruble is nice. We like ruble. So we're going to get some more ruble. And we're going to lend ruble to make more ruble. It's a bit of capitalist system, but works. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to loan rub. I guess loan ruble was too long. We're going to loan a lot of rub. And we are going to loan 1 million. The duration is going to be a year. Borrow. Now, with 1 million rub in the bank, or in the hands of the workers, although not quite yet, I am going to make better facility for making clothing. This means more workers, more facilities, and more importantly, more work. Now, culture, not important. We have without job, not culture, not important. We're going to focus strictly on work. That's why we are here. So, let's continue building road. And I will be paying for all of this using ruble. I know that I can build this using construction or using construction office, but that is not very efficient. And if anything shall be said, it is that Soviet Republic is efficient. So here's what I'm going to do. Make another one of these blocks, another one of these lines, proceed with road, make sure road can get to the other side, and that we can extend working facilities even more. This is going to be expensive operation, but will pay off in the end. Setup, same. Soviet creativity is glorious, but effectiveness is better. Hence, we shall build all of these buildings the same. Down in the middle, we shall have another school, we shall have another shopping center, and we shall have a kindergarten or two, making sure that Soviet children / mini workers are well tended to. So, starting with kindergarten, over here. Next, school, down in middle. Followed by not so much university. I know people have been demanding university in comments, but you can demand all you want. This is Soviet Republic, where you don't get to decide. We get to decide what is best for you. This is going to be not large, or should I use... yeah, small shopping mall, good enough. Soviet workers not picky. And then follow up with another kindergarten, other side. Kindergarten goes here. Other buildings, more prefabs, go here. 1, 2, 3. Followed by footpath. Footpath is going to connect all buildings. Workers seem somewhat lazy. And workers need to walk, but will only do so using footpath. So we shall provide them with footpath. Footpath is going to extend here, here. These are going to extend here and here, here and here. Good. One more footpath towards here. Commence your building. This is going to be spending lots of ruble. This is also going to open up lots and lots of opportunity to hire more immigrants. First, I need to create more workspaces, more clothing factories. Workers over here, somewhat lazy, will not work or will not walk to factory. So we must once again provide these lazy workers with a way to get to their actual job. First, we set up the job. Various industry, clothing industry. We're going to do this one slightly more efficiently as far as placement goes of forklifts. Let's start with clothing factory. Followed by fabric factory. And followed by another clothing factory. Build. Lots of workers without job. Situation must be resolved. Now, in the back, once again, infrastructure, but this time around we are going to use infrastructure in the form of building a connection between factories mixed in with a forklift garage, much like the one that we have over here. So, this one should be able to connect to all, and it is quite happily connecting to indeed all. Annoyingly, it has picked the wrong building. Commence construction. Get forklift. Fill up factory. We are missing crops and chemicals. We are just going to acquire those using ruble. So, bit of this, bit of that. Approve. Plants are operating without problems. Buildings, not quite. Buildings are operating with monetary or with power issues. Now, workers over here, perfectly happy. Getting to factory. Workers here, not so much. 84 workers without job. Workers, still lazy bitches. Need to get brought to factory. So, factory boss is going to appear here. Or, potentially over here, where I can build another block of buildings. Something else that is also quite important is to set up new vehicle. Has to be a closed vehicle. Has to be vehicle with covered hull. And it has to be capable of transporting clothing. What were we using here? The LZA 4045. 1.2 tons of fabric. Fabric? Ah, this forklift. Must pick other vehicle. W50 covered. Understood. Covered truck. Here. W50 covered trailer. 1 is going to start here and work to export to Kazinchád. Other is going to start here and export to Kazinchád, where we shall make glorious clothing for Kazinchád. Now, important, buildings without power. Workers unhappy, not our concern. Dead workers are a concern. So, need power. Electric substation. Over here. Set up medium voltage wires right next to school and kindergarten playground. Children can be immediately electrified and charged, ready for work. Buildings are now powered. Workers are now working. Except for lazy bitches over here, which do not work because they cannot get to job. So, we shall build a road and more importantly bus stop. This is going to be bus platform small. Bus platform is going to sit over here. Footpath. Not over there. Footpath is going to sit here. Really? Goes here, goes here. Workers go here. Now, look at how stupid these workers are. Yes? These workers are sitting at bus stop. Bus stop is not even connected to road. So these workers are just being ignorant little bitches who need a transport. So we should provide them with a bus. This is going to be a transport vehicle in the form of a large bus, and preferably something that can hold about 80 people. 50, 40, 32, 60, 7. Get out. 63, LZ677. Excellent. We will also need bus stop over here. Otherwise my workers cannot get off. Putting bus in here is going to be tricky. Building a bit tight. Can workers get from here to there? They can indeed. If they can get from here, they can also get from bus stop. No problem. Going to use small bus platform. It's going to sit right there. And we shall build here the road. We shall get the bus. Bus starts here, stops there and moves. From here, workers can move to any of said factories. And this means that factories shall now produce, and shall produce a lot. Clothing factories 1, 2, 3 and 4, close to Kazinchád, are now producing a lot of clothing. Lots of clothing is going to make lots of ruble. At least such is plan. American dollars still coming in, 42,000 this month. American dollars doing quite good, ruble not so good yet. Lots of workers, no passengers going here. 19 workers without job. Workers not able to participate in sport. Run to work can be considered sport. Workers should stop complaining. Now, we should be able to export a lot of clothing. Export of resources, 32,000 clothing. However, this is with the other factories not yet quite getting delivered. Deliver here, deliver there. Begin. Load fabric. Unload cloth. No. There. Load fabrics. And no, unload fabric, unload fabric. Workers at factory cannot work. No fabric. Fabric now provided, clothing being produced. Both forklifts should be able to get their shit together. And they are now waiting for more fabrics. We shall require more workers in this facility. Workers over here. Just a few. Bus inbound with 57 workers. Excellent. Now, this is excellent way to burn ruble. Down 570,000. However, 51,000 rubles gained. And more is coming. Ideally, to generate lots and lots and lots of ruble, one would actually be selling off uranium fuel. Nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel sells for lots of money. Is also really hard to make. What do we need for nuclear fuel? We shall require a uranium processing plant. We shall require a uranium mine. And we shall require a uranium conversion plant. All of these together produce a beautiful UF6, which will then go into nuclear fabrication facility. From there, we can get 0.095 tons of nuclear fuel per workday. This is not a lot. However, this will generate money over a decent period of time. Now, it looks like we can still do with more workers. We still, believe it or not, have lazy bitches in these facilities. These workers do need a job. And it is unbeknownst to the party why they are not working. We might need to instruct KGB to have little chat with these workers. Because lack of performance is unacceptable. And shall be corrected. One way or another way. Knowing KGB, probably not pleasant way. Now we have fabrics. The clothes are immediately being transported onto the vehicle. 1.2 tons of clothing. Don't know if blue jeans for Kazinchád or worker overalls, but worker overalls currently more likely. Now, judging by last month, we exported worth of 60,000. This month, 63,000. And it is currently approaching end of March. Facilities have been built just this month. This means that these facilities are not quite working at maximum efficiency just yet. And trucks are actually left waiting at Kazinchád Import-Export Station. So Kazinchád Import-Export Station could be optimized a bit further. Lots of dollars coming in. I wonder if we can eventually afford nuclear-related industry with dollars. At current, not quite. Uranium mine, expensive. Uranium processing plant, not that expensive. Uranium conversion plant, fairly expensive. Nuclear fuel fabrication, utterly impossible. Alternatively, I could build nuclear fuel fabrication facility immediately, using potentially rubles, and maybe loan some more rubles to do that. Have highly educated workers in these buildings. Import all required resources. And further then export nuclear fuel. At current though, we first need to get exports under control. We are currently exporting a few clothing. We have enough fabrics over here. We have enough fabrics over here. Factory 2, Factory 3. Could be better. That is because workers over here not doing too efficient. Lots of workers waiting here. Too many, in fact. We shall get another vehicle. Start here, stop there, move. Lots of passengers waiting. 42 workers here. Where are the rest of my workers? Why are these workers without jobs? This makes no sense. Workers not terribly unhappy, so overall performance quite good. This means that population should still grow. Mini robots being produced. And mini robots will soon be put to work in clothing facilities. Once having received proper instruction and education. Even Soviet Union frowns at child labor. Now, how is dollar, or rather ruble export proceeding? Not nearly as fast as I had expected. However, April 7, 3 more weeks in April. That is a good amount of dollars, as it has almost doubled relative to the last month. Few clothing available over here. 1.3 out of 4.5. Workers should be working harder, / we need more workers. More workers can be arranged. We shall extend road. We shall build more facilities for more workers. Workers will probably complain about not having place to store mini robots, children. So this is something that will have to be addressed, and more importantly, we shall get another loan of more roop. Now, we shall deploy a kindergarten over here. We shall deploy a school in the middle. We shall deploy a equipment for citizens in form of small store, small shopping center over here. Must still have enough room for paths, otherwise workers cannot get there. And we shall have another kindergarten here. Roads will be established. Ivan city planning, not very good. And we shall connect these. Damn it, Ivan. We shall connect these buildings to the road. We shall connect footpaths. And finally, footpath here. And footpath going to there. Although people can just get out of building on other side. Now, buildings can be emptied into this facility here, where we have lots of workers waiting. We shall require more buses, because we have lots and lots of workers and not enough buses. Get me another bus. The Americans know what is up. The Americans have a really big bus. SG-192. We should deploy the American technology to make our own empire more efficient. Exports 38,000. This is simply because the Russian exports are not quite up to snuff yet. Not enough workers. Once more workers are provided, facilities should work a lot more efficiently. Now, let's upgrade some roads. We are going to make these asphalt roads, allowing buses to be faster, trucks to be faster, clothing to be exported faster, and overall efficiency jumps will be achieved. This will only be done for critical roads. Roads which are not deemed critical will not receive the same treatment. Buildings over here all powered. One worker without job. Lazy bitch get to work. 2 workers without job. 3 workers and 3 workers. This means that factories should now be full and or operating at capacity. Where are workers? 18 here. We can hire more people from Soviet Republic. Let's invite more people. We need more workers. Current exports. Halfway through April, 58,000. Soviet party is not pleased. Work harder. We need to export more clothing. Current exports. Disappointing. Trust me when I say it is best for your health not to disappoint. As you may find that when you disappoint, bad things happen to your family. 68 workers capacity. Sorry, 83 workers capacity, 68 workers on vehicle. Night shifts, apparently more popular than day shifts. Makes sense. Children are sleeping. Daycare not required. Now, what other industries can be set up? What is biggest money sink currently? Currently, import of resources. Overall, asphalt and steel. These appear, actually, chemicals and steel. Steel and chemicals. These are definitely the most important elements that need to be addressed. This is 114 from... Sorry. This is 33 and 73. Problem, if I start getting steel factories, steel facilities, I will still need to get steel delivered to construction sites. Simply buying buildings with ruble, a bit more efficient. Meaning, might as well try to get more ruble, more income, and then use said ruble income to build said facilities. How much are we paying on loans? We still have 63,000 left. We shall return money. Money returned. Highest interest goes first. We still have quite a severe debt. But I have every faith in party and workers, and we shall soon be rid of said debt. Let's provide slightly for workers, making sure that they don't emigrate. Emigration is not good for the party. So, equipment for citizens in form of football field can be provided, or rather cannot be provided over here. So we shall try again. Is not connected. Alright. Workers can now sport. Apparently running to job is not good enough. 47, 46. 107 cultures unable, citizens unable to not enjoy culture. That is double negative. They are unable to enjoy culture. They are unable to sport. That situation should be resolved quickly. Over here, 41 not able to enjoy sport. Very well. We shall build fairly close to power station so other team gets a bit more charge. Try not to kick ball out of field for fear of hitting power lines. Might be very electrified game. Generally not good for worker health. Worker health important, otherwise we have no more workers. Culture, church is overrated. Sport, hospital. Hospital? Why you need hospital? If you feel sick, that means you can still feel something, and that means that you're not working hard enough. This should be able for workers to walk. If properly attached. Everyone can now walk to hospital. Very good. We shall buy ambulance. Ambulance needs to be fast. Ambulance goes 100. S1202. Good enough. 50 people on staff in hospital? What about production? Good lord. What about the clothing? Not good. One citizen unable to get clothes. Go to Kazinchád. Kazinchád is all the clothes. That's where it's at. Last month we have exported 100,000 worth of clothing. We can still do better. It feels like we still are not producing enough. We could still have a few more workers. Now, that is all for this episode. Tovarish, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoyed crazy Russian accent that switched all over the place through episode. And I shall catch you soon, next week, for the next episode. See you then.